the score would be like 8-11 me. It's not that bad. Hold up, did I hear that right? Did A'ja Wilson really say she could beat an NBA player and mean it? You heard that right. The WNBA superstar thinks she can take down Josh Hart one-on-one? This isn't your average trash talk. It's a bold claim that's got everyone buzzing. I mean, look at her face. She's F******ing serious. And that's why everybody's all riled up. The reactions to A'ja were hilarious, kind of awkward, and really harsh. A'ja stepped in at this time, and honestly, it opened up a can of worms that hurt the WNBA. Stick around because I'm going to break down the hilarity and priceless reactions. But first, like this video if you think A'ja is bluffing. Subscribe if she's delusional. Alright, let's rewind to that wild moment on the roommate show. WNBA MVP A'ja Wilson dropped a bomb that left everyone's jaws on the floor. Picture this. A'ja, all confident, says she'd beat Josh Hart 11-8 in a one-on-one game. Wait, what? You heard that right? She's not talking about some random guy at the Y. She's talking about Josh Hart, an actual NBA player. Now, Josh Hart's reaction? You gotta see it. He couldn't believe it. He shot back with a quick, "That's not happening." And can you blame him? He could see it. A'ja wasn't joking around. Yeah, she said, don't piss me off. Like she was dead serious about schooling Hart. Okay, we all know A'ja Wilson is a beast on the court, no doubt. We're talking 3-time MVP, 2-time champion, and current WNBA MVP. In women's basketball, A'ja is elite. She's got the receipts to prove it. But against an NBA player? That's where it gets crazy. Josh Hart might not be an all-star, but he's in the NBA. The men's and women's games are just different. So what's going on here? Is A'ja's competitive fire so hot it's messing with her head? Or does she really believe it? Look, confidence is great, but there's a line between confidence and being out of touch. And A'ja? She's walking that line like a tightrope. Here's the thing. A'ja's confidence is sky high, and that's awesome for her WNBA game. But talking about beating NBA players? That's a whole other level. It's one thing to rule your league, but facing the world's best? That's different. This isn't just about A'ja and Josh anymore. It's about how WNBA and NBA players compare. Are we selling the women's game short? Or is A'ja overestimating herself? Clearly Josh thinks so. But wait until you hear this next reaction. Fans are really buzzing about this one. I agree with it, but some think it's too harsh. Former NBA player Jeff Teague just took things a step further, dropping some serious truth bombs about A'ja's wild claim. This former NBA all-star isn't holding back, and he's breaking it down for everyone. So, A'ja Wilson can't beat nobody in the NBA? Hell no. That might just spook me. Not one. Not one. We're talking bench players, everybody. Teague's not sugarcoating it. He says A'ja can't beat any NBA player. Not one. Even the guys warming the bench are out of her league. Why? These bench players were monsters in their earlier days. We're talking 40 points per game in high school and 20 in college. That's crazy. Now, A'ja's college stats were great, no doubt. But Teague's making it clear. Those NBA bench warmers aren't just matching her numbers. They're crushing them. And if she's struggling against bench players, how's she going to handle the starters? Teague knows what he's talking about. He's been there, done that. He's seen firsthand how athletic and skilled NBA players are. It's not about putting A'ja or the WNBA down. It's just the facts. Let's get real for a second. Teague's not stopping at the NBA. He says A'ja can't beat anyone in the G League either. Not one player. And top college guys? They're off limits too. The gap between men's and women's basketball is huge. So why is Teague saying all this? Because he's lived it. He's played against these guys. He knows what they can do. And he's not afraid to tell it like it is. Love it or hate it, Teague's giving us the inside scoop. The reality is that NBA players are just built differently. It's not just about height. We're talking a whole other level of physical prowess that makes this A'ja versus NBA player debate a total mismatch. Let's break it down. NBA players are physical beasts. The strength difference? It's crazy. We're talking upper body strength that A'ja, as great as she is, can't match. Now, let's talk jumping. NBA players are like human pogo sticks. Their average vertical leap is between 28 to 34 inches. That's jumping over a small kid. Or Muggsy Bogues. WNBA players? They're impressive too, but they're at about 20 to 24 inches. In basketball, that's a huge gap. Speed? NBA players are lightning fast. They sprint 20 meters in under 3 seconds. WNBA players do it in about 3.5 seconds. Half a second might not sound like much, but on the court, it's the difference between getting blocked and making a highlight reel. Here's the deal. It's not about skill. Asia's got skills for days. But we're talking pure physical stuff here. NBA players have more muscle, more explosive power. They've got longer arms, different body types, and can take hits that'd knock most people over. Let's be honest. A'ja Wilson is amazing. She's a star in the WNBA. But these physical differences don't care about trophies or championships or how many fans you've got. So why is A'ja saying this stuff? Is she helping women's basketball or setting everyone up for disappointment? Stick around. We're about to get into why these wild comparisons might be a problem. A'ja Wilson's confidence is stirring up a storm in women's basketball. Let's break it down. Her wild claims are getting attention, but what kind? It's like setting off fireworks during the day. People notice, but not for the right reasons. When A'ja says she can beat Josh Hart, how do people react? Are they rushing to WNBA games? Nope. We see eye rolls, laughs, and heated debates. It's not the buzz the WNBA needs. These comparisons mess with how people see the WNBA. Instead of appreciating the league for what it is, we're stuck asking, can they beat NBA players? That's not the point. NBA players aren't impressed either. When Josh Hart hears A'ja's claim, he's not thinking the WNBA is amazing. He's probably wondering if she's serious. This isn't helping bridge the gap between the leagues. The real problem? We're focused on the wrong things. We should be talking about A'ja's skills against WNBA players, not this NBA comparison that'll never happen. We're so busy looking at someone else's game that we're ignoring our own. Kelsey Plum, another WNBA star, gets it. She said, if we were doing shooting workouts or skill workouts, I'm confident I can compete with anyone. The problem is size and athleticism. See? She's confident but realistic. These claims are a double-edged sword. They grab attention. Sure, but they also set up the WNBA for unfair comparisons and potential embarrassment. So, what's the takeaway? Maybe it's time to stop comparing apples and oranges. The WNBA is not great in its own way. Why can't we focus on that instead of impossible what-if scenarios? Let's be real. A'ja Wilson is a beast on the court. But instead of comparing her to NBA players, let's talk about what's really exciting, the WNBA's incredible growth. The numbers don't lie. With Caitlin Clark and other rising stars now in the league, WNBA viewership is booming and people are finally seeing that women's basketball is the real deal. A'ja's trash talk wasn't playful. It appeared serious. It was laughable and draws contrast to the men's game that the WNBA doesn't want or need to thrive. I mean, if she followed through with it and got crushed, that could set the league back years. It's never going to happen because she'd never follow through with it. Also, I don't think it would be a good look for an NBA player to mop the floor with her one-on-one. It's a no-win situation. So what do you think? Is A'ja Delulu, or could she actually beat an NBA player? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and subscribe my channel.